Policy Committee retaining the benchmark interest rate at 26.50%. Director General of the World Trade Organization, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, has urged Nigeria to sustain its macroeconomic reforms to ensure they translate into jobs and improved living standards for citizens. Speaking at the 7th Africa Emerging Markets Forum in Abuja, she said countries that improve their business climate, maintain macroeconomic stability, and attract investment would be better positioned to benefit from changing global supply chains. Okonjo-Iweala stressed that Nigerians must begin to feel the impact of ongoing reforms, adding that policy measures should improve livelihoods and strengthen the country's competitiveness. She also urged African countries to take advantage of opportunities in green industries and critical minerals by promoting value addition instead of exporting raw materials, while calling for stronger regional cooperation and global trade reforms. Also speaking, Central Bank Governor Olayemi Cardoso said Africa must move beyond adapting to global changes and instead play a leading role in shaping the evolving global economic order through sound policies, stronger institutions, and regional integration. The Nigerian stock market closed lower following renewed profit-taking by investors, reversing gains recorded in the previous trading session. The downturn wiped about 648 billion naira from investors' wealth as the Nigerian Exchange All-Share Index declined by 0.41%. Market data showed that declining stocks outnumbered gainers, reflecting widespread selling pressure across major sectors of the market. Despite the bearish sentiment, selected insurance stocks attracted bargain hunters and recorded notable gains during the trading session. Meanwhile, several market heavyweights, including MTN Nigeria, Dangote Cement, Seplat Energy, Custodian Investments, and Julius Berger, closed the day without any change in their share prices. On the foreign scene, operations at Iraq's main deep-water port of Qasir has come to a standstill following disruptions linked to the ongoing conflict involving the United States, Israel, and Iran. The blockade of the Strait of Hormuz has prevented commercial vessels from reaching the port, leaving docking facilities and cargo terminals largely deserted. The disruption has affected Iraq's economy, with the port serving as a key gateway for imports, while the country's oil sector remains its major source of revenue. The continued conflict has also raised concerns about the safety of shipping in the region, with fears that other strategic waterways could be affected. Analysts say prolonged disruptions to maritime trade routes could further impact regional commerce and global energy supplies if 0810-9510951. That's 0810-9510951. For text messages, WhatsApp messages, and voice notes, 0701 9339 962, 0701 9339 962. Now, to be part of the show via our social media handles, on YouTube, Today951FM. That's YouTube, Today951FM. Now, on Facebook, I do believe we should have a post up and running any minute now. Today 95.1 FM. That's Today 95.1 FM. You can go there and leave your thoughts. Instagram, X, and Twitch all have the same handle, Today FM 951. Now, you can join the conversation via the website www.todayfmlive.com. That's www.todayfmlive.com. Listen live is what you want to tap into, and you'll be part of the show. Now, tune in, Radio Garden, both apps that you can still be part of the show. So you find those off of Google Play Store and the Apple Store. Then after downloading said apps, Today 95.1 FM is what you want to search, of course, and yes, you're in. Brevity is your friend. I haven't said my catchphrase in a while, so kiss. Keep it super simple, keep it short and sweet. 1 minute. So gather your thoughts and, try your best 1 minute. Now, where absolutely necessary, because I'm not a villain, 30 seconds extra, just so that you can land your point. But you see, it's a gift, not a right. So it's if I deem it fit that, okay, let this person land. If not, I will yank you off the phone. And that's not a pleasant feeling. Some of you have called me to say, I didn't do anything and you blah, blah, blah. It's because you ate into the time. So yes, gift, not a right. All right, so today's conversation, our kids. It's holiday season, so everybody's home. And some of them are home from boarding school and just home from regular day school. They're not boarding students. But for a lot of us parents, guardians, and whatever you like to describe yourself as in the life of any child that has given you their trust, given you their hand to say, please lead me, guide me, love me, teach me. When I say love, I don't mean the amorous kind. I mean, the platonic, the biblical type. We fail to notice something. We fail to notice what they have come back with for those in boarding schools and what they are hiding for those who we see every day. You see that child who has come back from boarding school didn't just come back home with books and their report cards. Some of them might have come home with anxiety. Some of them have come home with scars from bullying. Some of them have come home with secrets. Some with questions that they are too afraid to ask. And some with the simple wish, please, somebody notice that I am not okay. You see, children have such faith in us that they think, as adults, we're superhuman. Well, we're next to God because some of us can do and undo. Mommy, I want ice cream. Ta-da! Daddy, I want to go and watch movie. Here you go, kid. So after God, it's us whom they've placed such trust in. But sometimes the hecticness of life, we miss some cues, verbal and sometimes non-verbal. We miss those cues, and a child or two or three or five, they fall between the cracks because you and I have failed to ask one important question: how is your heart? How is your head? When I say heart, I don't mean their literal heart, but their emotional well-being, their mental states, their psychological states. And the funny thing is that a lot of us, we talk about, mental health, but it's almost like mental health as directed towards the adults. Oh, fathers, don't strain yourself too much. Mothers, don't take on more than you can handle. This and that. It's not often we hear, oh, the mental health of this child. Think about it. When last did you think, how's my child doing mentally, emotionally? Think about it. You and I are in the same boat. Well, maybe not all of us, but a majority. Because you see, Nigeria is Nigeria, you know. Nigeria, they press us way. So if we're not thinking about how to make ends meet, we're thinking about how to put food on the table, a roof over their heads, and this, that, and the other, we miss out on big picture or the small picture. I don't know. The mental state of that child. So today, let's make it all about the kids. And I'm hoping kids, well, you being on holiday, some of you are listening to the radio because parents, some of you are really good at making sure your kids stay informed. That's one of our mantras, by the way. Stay informed. Because knowledge is power. Information is a key that can open a lot of doors and opportunities. So yes, some parents make their kids, back in my day was read newspaper. I used to hate that thing, but well, Concord and Poncho and all the other newspapers, they forced me to read it. My worst nightmare, 9 o'clock news. Come on, sit down, where are you going? Watch, listen. I didn't want to hear what Abacha had done. I beg, leave me. But well, it paid off. And those of you who carried that trend forward into the lives of your kids, yes. So now they watch news channels with you. You send them little links so that they can, be abreast of situations in the country. Yeah, okay, cool. So a kid or two might be listening now. And if you feel the need to get in and on the show and call, I'll give the numbers again so you can call. Ask your questions and whatever. Today it's about the children. They are on holiday after all. So if you are a child of, what ridiculous age can I call? I wanted to say 0 years, but a baby can't use a phone. So let's say you're a child of, let's say 7, yes, because some kids, age 7, they're already beginning to have feelings about certain things. So from age 7 to 18, hey, 25, if need be. 25, you're still somebody's baby. You can call and we'll talk. So let's break down some things. Parents, do you know that your children, I hope you do, but if you don't, let me sound it again. Do you know that your children are watching what you're doing? I don't know if it's a conscious thing, and it's usually shocking. For me, I'm an auntie, so I don't have kids of my own, but I have a lot of nephews and nieces. And when I interact with them, I'm like, now wow, I have to be careful. My niece would analyze me to be, Auntie Dawn, I know you love me. You just don't like being touched, but I know you love me. And that's a funny thing. I don't like physical contact, but I love her, but please don't touch me. And I wonder, this small Pekin has clocked that at age what? So parents, your kids are watching, possibly consciously. And they're noticing what you think they're not noticing. Are you and daddy and mommy having an argument? Daddy is coming home late. Mommy is working too late. Mommy is working too much. Mommy comes home and, she goes into the kitchen. Mommy is over-laboring herself. Or maybe mommy is in the bathroom crying. She's depressed and she can't talk to anybody. So many things kids notice. Sometimes they even notice things in your phone. Yes. I had a conversation one time with them. I don't know why kids gravitate towards me. Before I came back to broadcasting, I took a little break from broadcasting. Before I came back to broadcasting, so I was doing other things. And the other things involved teaching kids what I was doing. And somehow, this young girl opened up to me. Because one day I saw her sitting off in a corner and she looked sad. I was like, okay, are you hungry? What's the problem? And then she burst into tears and I was uncomfortable. Why are you crying? Did I shout at you? Is the assignment I gave you too hard? What's wrong? She said she saw something in her mother's phone. I said, in your mother's phone? She said, yes, I saw something in my mother's phone. Ladies and gentlemen, I won't bore you too much with the details, but it was something quite graphic, something adult. And she couldn't understand why it was in her mother's phone. Her words, not mine. And I said, well, you see, I had to tell the truth to a certain degree. I said, these are things that adults indulge in. It's the way human nature, it's human nature. Of course, I did say the generic, when you grow up, when you get older, you'll understand. But yes, adults engage in this. And sometimes they make movies about it. Unfortunately, so it's not right, but... And then I had to tell the child, don't you think you should be talking to your mother about this? He said, no, I don't want my mommy to think I see her in bad way. Understandable. But that's too much of a burden for a small child to be carrying. So I talked to the limit of I could talk, because nobody my pikin, not even my blood. So let me not go and expose the child to what the parents may not have even started, as in the birds and the bees and all of that. But we talked. And she was like, my mommy goes to church. My mommy is prayerful. I said, yes. Do you know your Bible very well? She said, God makes rain fall on the good and the bad, not so. She said, yes. Jesus came to die for all of us. Not be so. She said, yes. That's it. God's love, Jesus' love is unconditional. Same way your own should be. Don't judge your mommy too harshly, because your mommy is a human being. Don't you lie. She did. I said, hey, did God throw you away? But parents, realize your kids might be carrying burdens too big for them. Now, let's keep on burdens. Some of us who grew up in the 80s, 90s and whatnot, we understand the burden of being first daughter and first son. But why should that translate to being second mommy and second daddy? When you make your kids take on responsibilities that they are not naturally equipped for, you rob them of their childhood. So while their siblings get to play with dolls and do police and thief and climb trees and jump fences, you have the second mommy and second daddy in the kitchen. You have them sweeping the parlor, mopping. That's not a bad thing, but you see, if you spread the responsibility around, then it levels the playing field. It doesn't create an air of, oh, you love this person more than me, or you prefer this one more than me. It levels the playing field. Now, parents, you should be so intentional, or what's the word now? You should be so conscious of the fact that that's a child. So you cannot put too much burden on that child. I mean, God himself doesn't even give us what we cannot bear. Then you can't begin to give Pekin what he or she is not supposed to shoulder. And then some of you will now marvel, this child is always saying, hey, mommy, you like Cecilia more than me. Mommy, you always let Cecilia have her way, this and that. That is what will I call it now? An unconscious? Or maybe a conscious, yes. And in your face cry for help. I need a break. I need you to see me the way you see that person, or that my sibling. If not, you run the risk of creating a divided home. You run the risk of creating sibling rivalry, where they're both competing for your attention or your affection. Being a parent is not an easy thing. It's not just wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, pop out the baby. You are grooming and growing a human being that would at one point in time go out into the world. Whatever you do to that child is what society will get. So if you understand the import of that job, you'll understand that the mental health and the mental well-being of our kids is paramount. It's almost as sacred as being a Christian. So please don't give your children more than they can carry. Now, Some of you, unfortunately, have lost your better halves. Daddy has gone to be with God. Mommy has gone to be with God. Maybe they're even separated or they're divorced. Something has happened. Now, for the adults, after some time, they say time heals all wounds, but not for children. I kid you not. Not for children. That is a wound that stays open for a long time. For years, for some. So you have to pay attention to your child in such a way that they don't fall through the cracks. Today we're asking kids, how is your heart, your mental state? Because while we take care of the body on Body District, the mental health is also part of health. There are even kids who feel they are stupid. Meanwhile, all they have is a learning disability. They learn differently. I'm not really sure we should be calling it a disability, but well, okay. But they learn differently. On Tuesday, we had an expert come here to talk about different types of, the tools that the, UBEC has put up to include children with disabilities to learn. On Thursday, hopefully, or on Tuesday next week, she'll come and break it all down. But just to touch on it lightly, there are kids living with learning disabilities, dyslexia. So while you see the letter E as the letter E should be, they see it upside down. In fact, when they're reading books, it looks like a jumble of words. It just looks like word soup. The words are swimming. Go, this is your noise. I beg, go, I want to be quiet. We get it. Some of you parents are introverts, yes. But you are also parents. So while the introvert in you wants peace and quiet, you want to recharge away from all the stimuli you experienced earlier on, that's your child. And that's a human being you are forming. If you constantly push that child away, it's not only kids can be quite dramatic in their thinking. It's not only they will think, oh, daddy doesn't want me, or mommy doesn't like me around. They'll start to think they are not worthy of attention in general. And before you know it, they start thinking that they are only good to be rejected by society at large. I don't know why. Well, that's how God made their brain. So you have to be careful with your child. Now, another one parents are guilty of, putting pressure on your child. I think some of us as parents and guardians should put ourselves in the position of that of our children. If it's me they are doing this thing to, will I like it? I think it might solve a lot of problems. You want your child to be a doctor. Does he have a doctor's brain? You want your child to study to be a nurse or to be an engineer or something. Does he or she have an engineer's brain? There's a young girl around my area who's well, somewhat of a great I guess I'll call her a baker. I don't know if she's a great cook, but a baker. At certain points, I'm a sweet tooth, so I've had her cakes. Now, this is a girl, young girl, yeah, young adult, who was sent abroad to, I think, Ukraine or one of these places, and came back. She doesn't have head for book. And the mother kept referring to her stupid, 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 stupid. But here she is, okay, you don't like, go and do whatever you want to do. So now she's in a catering school and everything. So she's making cakes and different pastries and stuff. And once I buy from her. I'm watching my blood pressure sharp, I buy from her. And I'm like, wow, girl, where the mama they call stupid, stupid. She's actually good in this other angle. And maybe that's her calling. I mean, look at the Gordon Ramsays of the world. Jamie Olivers, Nigella, Barefoot Contessa. Can you tell I love food? Yes, so I love food well, so I love the Food Network. They're making money from it. Oh, in fact, let me not go too far. Hildebasi. So when you put too much pressure on your kids, ask yourselves, if the shoe was on the other foot, would you be able to cope? Now, yes, a lot of us might feel convicted and we're like squirming in our seats and wondering, am I doing this to my child? Well, here's the thing. Hopefully you're sitting with your child and you're having the conversation, but you're listening to this conversation, but you should now be having that conversation with the child. Some parents are so uncomfortable connecting with their children. Why? No, you born them. So here's how you start if you're uncomfortable. 10 minutes every day, just 10 minutes. Whether after you come back from work and you've decompressed, or if you're an extrovert, you have enough energy, before you head into your room, just sit down with your kids. 10 minutes. No phone, no TV, no anything, just conversation. Now, for some of you who have burnt the bridges with your kids, it will be awkward at first, but keep at it, because long-term goal, long-term result, that's what you're looking at. And little by little, hopefully you win the child over. Some of you might be feeling, I've lost this child. I saw a thread where some kids were, young adults, they were writing on X. That one said the mother can't understand why the person, that's the child writing, the child in question or person in question, never tells her anything. And she's like, look at this, my mother. My mother that used to beat me, she used to put pepper in my, private bits. She used to disgrace me and blah, blah, blah. Now she's wondering why I don't come near her. Stuff like that. The horror stories were much. I was like, are Nigerian parents actually like this? Are we actually like this? But you can come back from that by, eating humble pie. Yes, I'm the father, I'm the mother. How dare, no, I will not. Then you stand the risk of losing that child. And all you are left with is a child who, simply fulfills obligations to you, but does not have any form of relationship with you. So what you need to do, humble pie. Sit down with that child, open your heart. Let's have a conversation. Hey, if it's your son, you can take him out over a bottle of beer, which will be quite surprising because your kid will be like, me and my daddy drinking beer. But as he starts, you need something to bond with. If two of you share the same hobbies, do that and talk. But make sure you have time for that child. Now, for those of you who might have younger children, stop asking only about school. How was school today? Fine. Okay, you enter inside room. That's not being an intentional parent. Ask other things. So how's that your crazy friend you talked about? How's such and such person treating you? Did you have fun today? Did you laugh? Did anybody look for your trouble? Is anybody bullying you? Remember, smack them in the face. Something. Once a week, as a family, have an just us type of thing. Oh, I used to love sanitation days. Growing up, my dad would bring there's this big bed we used to have as kids. He would bring the bed to the parlor. The AC would be going. Nigeria was good that time now. The AC would be going, TV on, and we'll sit, or we'll all be on the bed with him, laughing, gisting, talking, and everything. But once 10 o'clock comes, he say, oh yeah, carry the bed inside, because it's, the fun is over. It's time to go out and do adult things. But that formed one of my most fondest memories. Have that with your kids. Family meetings, once a week. Just shut down every other thing and just focus on your family. On your kids. No shouting, no vexing. In fact, all of you could pack into the kitchen. If you have some kind of meals you enjoy. This one they cut onion, this one they do chicken, this one and everybody is gisting. Maybe even music is playing, everybody is dancing, something. And Nigerian parents, please, it's high time you learn this. Learn to say sorry. My mother is on this boat. My mother is on this boat. Say, learn to say sorry. If you do your picking something we're not like, sorry. It goes a long way, sorry. Now, in being intentional parents, watch for behavioral change. Your child isn't just growing up and becoming more mature. Sometimes that quiet child is going through something. And sometimes a disrespectful child is also going through something. Yes, I do know that when they get into their teens, they believe they know it all. They are more than God. There is that aspect of growing up. But sometimes a disrespectful child is struggling with the anger inside him or her and is lashing out. So if you have kids lashing out, sit them down. Without shouting, without conflict, find out what's going on. That lashing out is a cry for help in some situations. Because yes, teenagers, they will test your last nerve with their oversabi. There is that. Make sure to always know who their friends are. Not by being judgmental or whatever, just be open. And once you're open enough for them to approach you, oh, mommy, see my friend, oh, this, that, and the other, you can assess. As parents, we have that inner radar, like, this one about Pekino. No. Make sure that you are so open and approachable that your kids are comfortable bringing their friends home so you know who they're mingling with. And try your best not to compare, unless you want to have a divided home. Don't you see how Angela's child is doing? Don't you see how Angela's sister is doing? Don't you see how, and you, Olodo Agbaya? Okay, you're digging your own grave. Now, children, if you're listening, through the guidance of your parents, make sure you have one adult that you trust through the guidance of your parents. What I would suggest is go and meet your dad or go and meet your mom and say, Mommy, if I'm ever in trouble and you're not around, or Daddy, if I'm ever in trouble and you're not around, who should I run to? Whoever your parents tell you to run to, so that in a pinch, in a bind, if you can't reach your parents, you can at least reach that adult that would move heaven and earth for you. So it could be an auntie, it could be an uncle. I'd rather a trusted family friend rather than maybe a religious cleric or something, because we all know how that one goes. So rather somebody in-house than, an outsider. But if there are outsiders who have proven themselves, then okay. And remember, this is where I'll end before we open the phone lines. Parents, your phones. A lot of children have been traumatized based off of what they saw inside your phone. So if you're the type of parent who's free with their phones, or you have kids who are so tech savvy that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they have opened the phone, passworded, but it's open, please be careful what you leave lying around on your phone. Now, before we get into some more solutions, this is where you get to call in maybe ask your questions or share your thoughts. What are your own tips for having a mentally healthy child, an emotionally healthy child? Or maybe lessons you learned, probably the hard way, through experience, how to deal with a child or how not to deal with a child. Remember, we're all talking for progress, for a good cause, for a better River State, and of course, a better Nigeria. And it starts with how well we handle the upcoming generation, our kids. Here are the numbers: 0810-9510-951. That's 0810-9510-951. For text messages, WhatsApp messages, and voice notes, 0701 9339 962. That's 0701 9339 962. YouTube Live, yes, we have our social media handles that you can be part of. So go there and leave your thoughts. 95.1, welcome to the show. Turn down the volume.
Good afternoon.
All right. Good afternoon. This is Dr. Dennis.
That's correct.
All right, go ahead.
I would like us to look at the area community, you understand? And then we as parents also must mark our limits. I don't know what somebody at 40, 50 should be doing, watching those kind of porno things. You know, and then if you are even going to watch, as you finish, delete. You know.
All right.
When we get matured minds like that, for instance, as I am today, what am I going to do with it? When there are easily accessible fun games here and there, you know. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you for calling. 95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Stefan. I'm calling from Cuba.
All right, go ahead.
Today is so powerful. So dynamic. How do they discover you? All this way you talk today. I mean, a regular caller for my son. Today. Madam, you too much. I don't keep listening. Oh God, you are too much. I don't get a medal. I would have had you on your neck. Guys, all this stuff we don't. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you for that. And yes, Today FM is a wonderful station. That's why we are your premium talk station. All right, let's get back into the conversation. 0810-9. All right, well, could you speak up? I'm struggling to hear you.
Well, the parent of today, we should try and be mentor and should be mentor of our child. Because the parent of today are not the one controlled from before.
Lecturing us concerning our kids, our children. You know that my daughter and my boy, I see that for them to talk, they are finding it difficult to talk. It's not that they don't know what to say, but how to say it for you to hear it very well. It's very difficult. Even when they are pronouncing something, they are not that clear, in speaking. The thing is giving me concern. I say, why is it? But their senior sister is not like that. That one, when she was talking, she talked clearly. But my boy and my second daughter, the way they are listening, they respond to words is giving me concern. So I say, I don't know, maybe if you can, give me a little brief or lecture about it. I believe they are okay. They are okay. Maybe I see it, maybe it's from their mother tongue or something like that. So I don't know. Thank you very much.
All right. Off the top of my head, when you say mother tongue, it might be the Enugu thing where R becomes L. There's that. And with speech therapy, it can help. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, we talked about an educational expert that was here on Tuesday, and she handles kids with learning disabilities and all of that. Not that I'm saying your kids have a learning disability. They might have what is called a speech impediment. but with a speech therapist, they could overcome that. So I will send over her number. I'll tell her first, of course. I'll send over her number because she gave us a number we could give out to people. If she gives me permission, I'll give you the number and then you and her can talk. She might be able to help them, or link you up with a speech therapist, and then they'll start coaching them on how to speak better. Where that fails, you can also introduce your kids to stuff on YouTube. Yes. They would have to mimic what they see on kiddies videos, especially British shows. So if you can you can Google it, speech impediments, British speech therapy and all of that, and let them watch that. Maybe every day, 30 minutes or 15 minutes a day, they do that. Then they go and play. Just every day, 15 minutes or 30 minutes, however they can handle. Remember, it's what the kids can handle. So don't push them to the point where they start to see it as a chore or something, because they would lose interest. But I'll reach out to this lady, and if she can help you, fine. What they have is a speech impediment. That's all it is. All right, let's take the second voice note, see what's what.
Good day, Lady Dawn. My name is Ezekiel. Lady Dawn, parents should start doing what they are aware, what God asked them to do. They are the caretaker of the children. I know, yes, you have to work and provide, but what about the emotional ones? Many kids now, many children, many adults, many youths today, if you look into their lives, you see no parents in it at all. Yeah, they are parents, they have, the answer names, the parents' name are there in their certificate and all of that. But there's no parents inside of them, no parenting at all. You are working for the money. With that money that you are working for 247, prepare that child or bring that child back to society. If that child goes wayward tomorrow, always be there. Connect with your children. Know how they feel. Know when they are sad and when they are happy. Know when something is bothering them. Like me now, I find it very difficult to recall any of them. My father is over 10 years now. I called him or even talk to him. My mom, he just once, and most of the time she will call and you are not calling me, and I call him. How will I call you when you were not even there to? Things will go bad for me. None of you will care. None of you will even do as if something is wrong with your child that you gave birth to. And you are expecting that person now to come and be worshiping you tomorrow as a parent. I think parent needs to do enough. I don't have that parental connection with my parents at all. I don't have it. Parents should start doing enough. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that. And here's the thing. I don't want to sound like a pastor, but you need to break the mold. You need to break that cycle. Let me explain something. Your parents might have come from the generation of the silent generation. They count them. So you have the silent generation, you have the boomers, you have the Gen X, you have the millennials, you have Gen Z. I think we have Gen Alpha and maybe Gen Beta. I think so. I think Beta is also a generation now. Now, for the silent generation, they never said anything. It's not that they didn't love you and whatnot. They don't talk. And they're the ones that beat too. The boomers also beat, but the boomers too, they talk. So if you have parents that are from the silent generation, yes, I can understand. It's almost as if, but their parental obligation of put a roof over your head, okay, pay school fees, okay, they'll do that. But there was just not the emotional connect. So I need you to forgive your parents and also understand that they could only give what they had. You cannot expect them to give what they don't have. So when you look at it from that angle, hopefully it will help you form a kind of relationship. In fact, your mother is trying. If you ask me, she's trying now. Yes, could be a little too little too late, as they say, but better late than never. It can be repaired. So if she's reaching out, you don't call me, try your best. Even if it's how you did. It will be awkward at first, horribly awkward, but you're looking at the long term. So understand that they didn't have it in them, but well, at least now she's making an effort. Now for you, if you have kids or you plan to have kids, use what you lacked to make sure your kids don't lack, but there must be a balance. So don't be the parent that's always there. Then that's too much. So you have to find the balance to be there for your kids while still allowing them grow up somewhat independently so that they can fit into society. Hopefully that helps. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, interesting conversations always come to an end. Hopefully, I was able to take all of your messages. Let's just make sure nothing has fallen by the wayside. I'm quickly looking into Facebook to make sure, but if I can't take it, apologies. All right, let's see. I'm trying. All right. We're all good on the Facebook scene. All right, so it's been Body District. My name, Dawn Wilson. Hopefully next week we're having some experts coming to talk about mortality rate in Nigeria. I did try to bring them today, but well, what can we say? They were busy. So on the 6th and the 13th, we'll have experts coming to talk to us on Body District. For now, this is where we draw the curtain. Up next is the news update. And after that, Talk That Talk. You don't want to miss that because we're talking about both. Are both drivers thieves? Or are we looking at it all wrong? We'll be right back.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM. Whether it's happening in Port Harcourt, South South, Nigeria, or around the world, we've got you covered. On air, online, delivering balanced news and unbiased analysis. Today, 95.1 FM.
Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. News update.
Good afternoon. Here's the news update on Today 95.1 FM. I'm Dawn Wilson. Following approval from President Bola Tinubu, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Waidi Shaibu, has appointed General Officers Commanding, GOCs, to lead 4 newly established military divisions. In a statement released by the Army Public Relations spokesperson, Apollonia Anele, the new divisions will begin immediate operations upon reaching initial operational capability. Under the new appointments, Major General Yakubu Yahaya takes charge of 9 Division Ilorin, Major General Chinedu Ralph Nebie Ife heads 10 Division Jalingo, and Major General Moses Gara will lead 5 Division Makodi. Additionally, Major General Awalu Mahmuda has been redeployed to lead the existing 2 divisions in Ibadan, while 3 new brigades have been activated to support the expansion. In his congratulatory remarks, General Shaibu urged the newly deployed leaders to exhibit forward-thinking governance, preserve the military's strategic momentum, and maintain peak professionalism in their duties. The Army Chief also commended President Bola Tinubu for green-lighting the expansion of the military structural framework, calling the creation of the new divisions a watershed moment in the modernization of the Nigerian Army. According to General Shaibu, the establishment of the new divisions is a historic milestone in the transformation of the Nigerian Army and underscores the federal government's dedication to bolstering national defense. He noted that the reorganized structure will sharpen command capabilities, streamline regional coordination, secure borders, and accelerate troop deployments, thereby boosting the military's readiness against rising security threats. Ondo State Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa has urged political stakeholders nationwide to champion the integration of more women into elective and political offices. Speaking during an event represented by his deputy, Dr. Olaide Adelami, Ayedatiwa emphasized that leadership depends on competence rather than gender, demanding intentional action to tear down cultural and economic barriers. The governor lauded the national women leader of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Dr. Mary Idele, for bringing the Project 774 Explode initiative to Ondo State, noting that the program was more than an intervention program. In her remarks, Dr. Idele stated that the future of Nigeria's democracy relies on actively bringing young women into governance roles from local councils to higher offices. The national women leader of the ruling party therefore urged key stakeholders, including traditional authorities, religious leaders, community heads, and political partners, to actively foster the development of young women by offering the mentorship and professional opportunities required to excel in public governance. The Director General of the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, has revealed that the regulatory body is severely understaffed, threatening its capacity to safeguard the health of over 240 million Nigerians. Speaking during an interview on live television, Adeyeye disclosed that NAFDAC currently operates with only 2,000 workers nationwide. While comparing Nigeria's situation to Indonesia's strong regulatory team, Adeyeye stated that NAFDAC is spread far too thin and urgently requires at least 5,000 new workers to properly secure borders and marketplaces. Furthermore, the Director General raised concerns over funding gaps, noting that the Federal Task Force C-34 bill enacted in 2004 to drive enforcement operations alongside 36 state task forces never received financial allocation since its inception. Adeyeye, however, expressed confidence in the federal government to provide the critical manpower and funding required to secure the nation's food and drug supply chains. On the foreign scene, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has dismissed allegations that he deliberately misled U.S. President Donald Trump to draw America into a war with Iran. Speaking in an interview, Netanyahu recalled his meeting at Mar-a-Lago following Trump's 2024 re-election, noting that nobody tells President Trump what to do. According to the Prime Minister, Trump immediately prioritized preventing Iran from acquiring nuclear weapons, establishing a mutual understanding that action was necessary. Netanyahu also denied reports claiming he assured Trump that Iranian regime change and the destruction of its missile capabilities could be achieved within weeks without disrupting the Strait of Hormuz, describing the claim as inaccurate while maintaining that the Iranian regime would eventually collapse. And that was the news update on Today 95.1 FM. Thank you for listening. I'm Dawn Wilson. Good afternoon.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Want to know what's happening? Get latest information in sports, politics, lifestyle, you name it. The frequency of choice. Today 95.1 FM. Today 95.1 FM. We serve you the latest update on everything. Today 95.1 FM. We are the voice of the people. The voice of the people.
Today is business. Today is a new trend for your businesses. We give you all the information you need to grow your business, new ideas and innovations that keep you earning more and staying relevant.
Every day we engage in business, buying and selling, trading and exchanging of services as individuals or as a country. Money goes round, it goes up and down. But have you ever wondered what business is all about? And have you ever wondered how you can stand out in your business?
Today FM has got you covered every Wednesday between the hours of 1 p.m. to 2 p.m.
Learn all you need from professionals on how the country runs its business affairs and how you can be an outstanding entrepreneur and grow your business.
Business Today.
Live from the Garden City of Port Harcourt, Nigeria. This is Today 95.1 FM.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Live your truth. Express your love. Share your enthusiasm. Take actions towards your dreams. Talk your talk. And walk your walk.
It was years ago. There's a statute of limitation on this stuff.
Make today worth remembering as we discuss issues as it affects Nigeria moving forward. Talk that talk.
Weekdays, 2 p.m.
Exclusively on Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt. Voice of the
Right, good afternoon once again, and conversations continue from your premium talk station, Today 95.1 FM. My name is Dawn Wilson, and for the next 45 minutes or so, we'll be talking about, well, River State-centered things. Talk that talk, that's the name of the show, and it's always centered around River State in some way, shape, form, means, or manner. All right, before we get into today's story, however, here are the numbers to be part of the show when that time rolls around. 0810-9510-951. That's 0810-9510-951. For text messages, WhatsApp messages, and voice notes, 0701 9339 962, 0701 9339 962. To be part of the show via any of our social media platforms, on YouTube, Today 951 FM. That's for YouTube, Today 951 FM. Facebook, I believe we do have a post already up and running, Today 95.1 FM. Instagram, X, Twitch, all have the same handle, Today FM, via our website, www.todayfmlive.com. Click live, usually found in the middle of your screen, be it your phone or your TV, your smart TV, that is. So tap that and you're in. Tune in, and Radio Garden have got you covered on apps, Google Play Store and the Apple Store. That's where you can find said apps. Search Today 95.1 FM after downloading said apps, and yes, that's all there is to it. Of course, brevity. Keep it sweet and simple, or keep it short and simple, or keep it short and sweet. Any way you want to do it, brevity is our friend. But on some rare occasions, yes, I will allow 30 seconds extra. That's if what you're saying actually requires you be given additional time. Where it does not, I'll be forced. Really, I don't like doing it, but I have to. I'll be forced to yank you off the phone. All right, let's get into today's conversation. Now at noon, I really wanted to talk about something political, but you know what? Let's shelve politics and talk about money, because I like money. Whoa, I love it.
Convention on Contracts and International Sale of Goods, CISG, and the Unidrives.
Okay, Chuku Esimai maintained that no court has found Port Harcourt e-hailing drivers guilty of theft, warning that branding them as criminals without lawful justification could amount to defamation. He added that while some e-hailing platforms, including Uber and InDrive, allow fair negotiations within their applications, that Bolt removed its negotiation feature, leaving many drivers to negotiate fares outside the app because of what he described as unrealistic and economically unsustainable pricing. According to him, the union's analysis of fuel prices, inflation, vehicle maintenance, insurance, and other operating costs shows that Bolt's current fares no longer reflect the realities of commercial transportation.
If someone books a ride and the driver offers a particular fare outside the app price and you feel uncomfortable with that, the most honest thing to do is to decline and not to call the person a thief. A serious defamatory allegation. No court of competent jurisdiction has found these drivers guilty of theft. No criminal conviction exists against them on that basis. Publicly label innocent citizens.
Altercation day, but the Bolt driver was nice enough to tell me that sometimes the app will say, okay, 2K, and the Yahoo boy will just give the guy 20K. That's really nice. How lovely for you that you experienced a financial miracle, but I haven't, and I'm not a Yahoo boy, so why are you treating all of us the same? Ladies and gentlemen, be ye Bolt drivers or people on the other side of this experience, this is the emotional side. So yes, I'm forced to agree with Chetan Wala and others who are saying This smacks of fraud. I won't say thieves because, I'm an OAP, but okay. I won't say thieves, but it smacks of fraud. Now, granted, neutrality, even in my emotional tirade, sometimes they'll tell you over the phone, will you pay this exorbitant amount before I come? So, okay, fine. Let's give them that leeway that they do that. And then until you find a bold driver who has the fear of God or who is, for the most part, understanding that, not a rush, as Ira Star takes sing, not a rush, at the moment anyway. Emotional tirade over. I side with every other person that says this smacks of fraud. But let's look at the legal ramifications to see if we actually have local standing. All right. Who is actually breaking the law? Among the drivers, the passengers, or both? Or could it be that all parties are just reacting to a broken system? So let's look at the law of contract, first of all. Anytime you order a bolt, a contract is formed between you and the bolt driver. And Bolt, of course, offers the price. The driver agrees to the price, the passenger agrees to the price. So it's a three-way agreement or a three-way contract. Now, you won't like this bit that's coming, but okay. The driver says, the app is saying 4,500. Let me just be small, reasonable small, because we know the boat drivers usually will say pay 50K. Well, not 50K, but I'm trying to show the ridiculousness of the prices they usually give. But let's just say they offer to take you to wherever you're going for 7,000. Legally speaking, he is not necessarily, there's that small caveat there, necessarily committing fraud. There's some wire inside there, or granted, but not necessarily fraud. In law, it is called counteroffer. So there's this offer on the table. The boat driver, not the ones that hold you by the short and call is the ones that call you on the phone, they make a counter offer. Then it's now up to the passenger to agree or say, no, thank you. Now, if both parties agree to it, okay, a new agreement is formed, a new contract is formed, we move along. But can you or should you be using another company's platform to create customers, then refuse the company's agreed pricing? Now, they are agbada can hang for babaya. Because that is where the get one kind of wayoting where they inside there, but it's not really fraud. And this is another legal territory entirely, because the driver's contract is not only with the passenger, it's also with Bolt. So the driver has his contract with Bolt and also has his contract with you, and then you have your contract with, Bolt and the driver. And if Bolt's terms and conditions prohibit off-app fare negotiations, which I think they do, negotiating outside the app would amount to a breach of the driver's agreement with the platform. But legally speaking, many legal minds say, well, that's between the driver and Bolt, not to concern you. But still, the optics of it look like tea-free, one kind. But anyway, is it actually fraud? Fraud generally involves deception, which is intended to make somebody part with money or property. So let's ask ourselves you see, the law is black and white. The law has no sentiment. Did the driver lie? Well, it depends on the circumstance. Because if the driver came and then decides to hold you by the short and curlies, the driver lied. But if the driver from the very beginning over the phone said, see you, this is what I want to do, okay, fine. Did he secretly manipulate the app? Not really, but he has switched off the app to collect the money. Or you pay him the money, he gives both their own money, and he gets to keep the rest. Now, did he controls ratings? If Bolt controls account suspensions, if Bolt controls visibility, then how independent are these drivers really? And ladies and gentlemen, the world over, this independent contracting it's a problem. People are detracting it's a problem. People are debating it seriously. Because if the Bolt drivers can be looked at, to a certain degree as employees of Bolt, well then, okay, well, fine.
That organization. Yes, and that's the organization. That's, I mean, it's just for the organization of them. You have an option either to alight, if you are in the car, to alight your car, or you agree with them. So some of them character is just unbecoming. I don't know. When you are working in an organization, this is what you want. This is what you want. You're seeing from the app. 2,900, 3,000. They will tell you 4,000, 5,000. But it's too bad. It's too bad. That lifestyle is too bad. But it depends. I mean, it is left for the organization and them, their employer, and themselves.
All right.
Employees. So, yeah, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you for calling. 95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
All right. Better now. Go ahead.
I think we encounter it many times. See, there are some people don't like people are doing. If you are doing, always have it in time, that have it in your mind that it's not every time that job will look as if maybe you eat money. Hello?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Because if you look at the price, they always talking about that it's too small. The price is fairly designed, but some of them think that the ones you have car, you'll be earning money as if you are a car. If you want an exorbitant amount, go to airport, go and register with airport, go and listen to how much those guys working in the airport, those I don't know what they call their own code name.
All right.
Go and ask how much those guys pay there. And it's 50-50. Sometimes they pay that money and they did not realize it. And sometimes they pay that money, the commission to the airport operators, official, and they make more than 10 times of what they pay. That is how life is. If you are going to, let's say from this my side now, which is Woji today, that's your station side, which is I think Obikuli as is.
We can talk about money, and you will sit in the comfort of your home. Somebody drives about 8 kilometers to come and pick you. If you can't ask any of these road taxis, the amount go to charge you for the distance, they won't charge you that amount. And at the end of the day, what is not doing anything about it, thereby putting the passengers and the drivers in a situation like we're finding ourselves now, where we're now accusing each other. I think government is intervene in this matter and begin to question some activity.
And some other time with some we agree, some would agree. Until I get the person that I can pay. So let us stop calling these guys cheap. They are trying to meet ends meet. It is not easy, honestly. Both the fuel and every other thing, the car parts. It's not easy. Thank you.
All right, thank you for calling. Okay, let's take this call. Somebody private messaged me what I'm about to say, but let's take this.
Well, this issue that we're talking about here, I feel both is the problem. For instance, when some of us talking about here, I feel both is the problem. For instance, when some of us started boat fire back 2019, it was too bold that we even trained ourselves in school. Are you hearing me, man?
Loud and clear, go ahead.
It was too bold. Do you know that as of that time when fear...
Loud and clear, go ahead.
It was too bold. Do you know that as of that time when fear was about 180 naira as of 2019, we fuel 180 naira as of 2019. We fuel our car, then we're using Big Daddy, we fuel our car on air condition. We do rides from like location to my 300 naira. We do rides from like UST to Choba for 1,700, 1,800. At that time, we were even making.
I thought I saw. Okay, found it. Will not act, but if a passenger complains, Bolt will take action against the driver without investigation. Bolt is interested in increasing the commission without considering fuel, and that's from Mr. Dennis. All right, I hear all of you. Then why not quit? I mean, River State is what, 7 million, maybe 8 million strong. I'm not clear on the stats of that. Why not start your own thing? Like the other person who just called in and said, he's doing his own thing now. Why not start your own thing? And then you can charge as you please, because you get to keep 100% of whatever it is you're making. But using the platform for your own end and punishing consumers, that doesn't make sense. Any Bolt driver who, after accepting rides on the app, decides to negotiate another price different from that on the app and goes offline is committing fraud against the company. The customer consented to the new price, so it's not fraud against them since they have a right to refuse. All right, interesting. I like that angle of thought. What is clear is that such drivers are defrauding the company by engaging in such conduct. That's from Flat Earth from Port Harcourt. Okay, you sent a second message, but I think it's all the same thing. All right, let's look into WhatsApp and see if we have any takers in WhatsApp. All right. Yes, we do. Let's get into this one. Okay. All right. George from Rumoho, Odegu. Good afternoon, presenter. For me, some Bolt drivers are taking advantage of passengers. And it is really disheartening. I have noticed how some of them arbitrarily increase fares even when the app is showing a different price. I now understand that the organization responsible for regulating the activities is not doing enough. I understand that the cost of things has gone up, but that is not a reason to double the price of a single ride. Passengers deserve fairness and transparency. Thank you, George George, for that. Ms. Dawn, regulating online businesses is the right thing to do, but I think it should be extended to even other online retail outlets, not only Bolt. But the government of Nigeria will never look into the plight of the common people. Please, in Nigeria, are transportation charges based on distance or load or discretion, Sir Kalu? Sir Kalu, that's an interesting one, because sometimes some people make you pay, and that's normal transport. They make you pay for the load you carry. Why do you have a boot? Why do you have a boot? Yes, I do like that. Will the government of the day get into that? That remains to be seen. All right, let's take this voice note, then back to the calls.
My sister, God bless you. I was thinking your name, Lady Dawn. You have a nice name. This is still eligible now for the thing you say I should look for on YouTube. I beg if you can.
Okay, that's a different topic. Yeah, sure. We'll look into that. Well, let's get back to the phone lines. 95.1. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, good day, Dan. I was stopped by my car. Finished.
All right.
What I wanted to add is this. You are in Europe, Asia, and all, and you want to come to 94.5, and you tell the person the time. It is simple organization. You'll be there at that time you say. You know why? Because on that list, I mean, they immediately, like you drop from the airport, you are given the routes of the vehicles. This vehicle moves by 10 o'clock. So you want to go to Choba, you now start by 10 and tell the person you are meeting him by 11:30, and you'll be there. Mbakwe Sam Onuna Kambakwe, who was the governor in the Second Republic in Imo State, did these things at Owerri. The ITC you are seeing today, very simple. You just come in, put your toll. The driver does not have a conductor. He doesn't talk to you. You won't even know him. He is completely barricaded out of passengers. Very simple and nice. If you remember, we went further to do every 2-3 poles, public toilets, I don't know, the people today don't reason. People all over the world laugh at us that we don't have brains, we are subhuman beings and all. You understand? But those times at Imo, at Owerri, we had it easy. Imo was Aba, Umaha, Ebonyi, all one state. Thank you.
All right, thank you for calling. This will be our last call. 95, all right, okay. Somehow that got away from me. Let's try this one. 95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon. My name is Daniel.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Concerning the issue, I just want to chip in something. So, I think to me, both are actually they contribute a lot. In short, they are the problem of this issue because if your partners, they call their drivers their partners, and you take a decision without your partners. I was once a boat driver. You wake up in the morning, you are seeing a lot of regulation. If you reject ride, there was a time they come up when you reject a number of rides, they will block you, and people were complaining. We even have to write to the River State House of Assembly a petition against boats. We suggested that, okay, this issue, let's do it 600 naira per kilometer.
All right.
Both didn't listen to the drivers. What they did was to threaten to delete the drivers from their platform. What they ended up doing is setting up the riders and the drivers to clash together, which is not good. Me, why I stopped doing both, I became uncomfortable. I became tired of this issue of someone calling me a thief, this, that I'm armed robber, I should go and carry a gun and all the rest. Personally, I became tired of it and I quit from the job.
All right.
They are doing this because they have seen that the government in Nigeria doesn't care about its citizens, and because there's no job.
Okay.
Because a lot of people doing this work,
all right,
they are graduates.
Okay.
Some of them do part-time.
Apologies, but we have to close the show. But thank you. We get where your head is at. Thank you for calling. All right. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. But hopefully we've been able to walk in each other's shoes. Now let's see what the government does, because it looks like to a large extent it's the government that should do the protecting. Because if you leave it to you and I, exploitation, plenty. Anyway, up next, news in 60. After that, the sports guys to tell us what's what in the world of sports. Thank you for being the great audience that you always are.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Today's news in 60.
The Board of Trustees of the Tertiary Education Trust Fund has announced that tertiary institutions with delayed or abandoned TET funded projects will not be allowed to access new intervention projects under the 2027 allocation cycle unless they complete outstanding projects. The management of Kogi State Polytechnic, Lokoja, has suspended 6 lecturers over allegations of unauthorized sale of handouts and textbooks, while another lecturer has been suspended over alleged sexual harassment, as the institution investigates claims of sex for marks, cultism, and other acts of misconduct. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, Adekunle Ajasin University, Akungba Akoko chapter, has said paying the outstanding salaries owed its members will not avert another industrial action unless the Ondo state government implements the 2025 federal government ASU agreement. The Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities has called on the federal and state governments to immediately release funds for the implementation of the newly signed 2026 agreement, including the payment of salary arrears, warning against any delay or discrimination in extending the negotiated benefits to its members. On the foreign scene, the Welsh Education Secretary has ruled out the introduction of the UK government's controversial international student levy, vowing to really welcome international students to Wales.
Today's news in 60. In 60.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
This is
what we've waited for. The showdown. The fastest men in the world.
Hearts racing.
One light, two lights. They're backing off and backing.
Pulse rising.
Who will come out on top? Who'll take 3 lights, 4 lights. He's ready to be the star.
The anticipation.
Powerful, strong, compact. Time, Tyson get right. Hold all the way. He's looking right.
The heart stops. Catch the sports game on Sports Attack Mondays through Fridays 6:30 a.m. and Today's Sport Live 3 to 4 p.m. and also on the weekends 1 to 6 p.m. Only on your premium sports radio. Today 95.1 FM.
My name is Gianni Infantino, FIFA president. For the best of sports, always listen to Today Sports Live on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Hello, my name is Kanu Wanko, aka Papilo. For the latest and trending sports stories, always listen to Today Sports Live on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
nice and steady, so maybe we could get close to it. But I think they've really done well. They've made us proud already. We could see how these medals keep coming in, and do not forget that this particular Commonwealth Games is not as expanded as the others. We've got some of the games, not the games like wrestling, games like hockey, were not enlisted due to some financial constraints, and you could see clearly that Nigeria has its power in wrestling. So who knows, if maybe we had wrestling parts of this particular one, by now we should be counting in double figures when it has to do with gold medals. But it's a good one. Big ups to Team Nigeria out there. The medals keep coming in. I talked about what I saw yesterday. That was in the discus. The discus for the disabled ones, or would I call it the para discus as it's called. And we had, I can't pick her name right now. Wachuku, yes, that's her name. Did something really beautiful. Broke the record, extended it, and wow, what a way to pick a gold medal. And she was really elated. She was really in swimming in joy, if I want to call it that. But it's good to be here, Suntu. Let's get the ball rolling.
Right. A lot of all of these we will be dissecting on the show this afternoon. Rest assured, the show is very, very interactive. They say communication is never complete without feedback, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything we will be discussing. There's transfer stories on the offer. We'll also discuss about the Falcons. Justin Madugu is also speaking. And, of course, in other sports, Formula One, don't forget what is also happening in the Commonwealth Games. And, of course, a lot on the table. 0810 951 0951. I'll take it more slowly. You can just keep it on the side. Are you ready? 0810 951 0951. And of course, the SMS and WhatsApp portal is always open. It's not like the phone lines where we have to open it up at a particular point in time in the show. The SMS and WhatsApp portal, in case you've got anything on your mind you want to share, you can run over there and just drop your thoughts as the show does progress. 0701 933 9962. 0701 933 9962. And of course, we're live on YouTube. It's Today951FM. You can connect with us via social media handles on YouTube. We're live, Today FM, Today951FM, Today951FM, and on Facebook is Today95.1FM. On Instagram, X, and Twitch is Today FM 951, and you can listen audio only via the website. It's www.todayfmlive.com. You can also connect via TuneIn and Radio Garden apps. Just search for Today 95.1 FM. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, Sumto Isaac here, Osasi Kim here, and if you're ready, I'm ready, and let's get the show on the road.
Hello, my name is Kanwanko, aka Papilo. For the latest and trending sports stories, always listen to Today Sports Live on Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt.
Let's start with some local news here in Nigeria. They say charity begins at home, and we'll start with some other sports stories here in Nigeria. Where Nigeria's senior women's basketball team, the Tigers, have officially commenced preparations for the 2026 FIBA Women's World Cup as they begin an extensive international tour ahead of the global showpiece. Now, the African champions opened their build-up with a training camp in Chicago, the United States, before embarking on a series of high-profile engagements across China, Spain, and Germany. Now, following the Chicago camp, the Tigers will travel to Haikou in China, where they are scheduled to play 3 friendly matches against the Chinese national team. Now, the team will then head to Tenerife, Spain for additional warm-up games against Spain and Belgium. The final phase of their preparations will take place in Berlin, Germany, where the team will fine-tune tactics before heading to the 2026 FIBA Women's World Cup. Also, for much of the clamor about preparations for the Falcons, before we even touch on that, at least a very good level of games that they will be able to get under their belts before the FIBA Women's World Cup. What are our chances ahead of that showpiece? And of course, are you satisfied with everything that is planned for the Tigers?
I think I'm pretty impressed. I don't want to say satisfied, because satisfied is when you've seen results and you could beat your chest and say these results are a reflection of what has been done. So I could say I'm pretty impressed with the preparations. If nobody is talking to anyone concerning preparations, I think at this point situations will definitely be talking to us. When I say us, those who are at the helm of affairs, when it has to do with these games for basketball led by Musa Kida, the MBBF president as it stands right now, he would definitely understand that preparations is the only way that you can guarantee very good performance on the big stage. You can borrow a leaf from what's happening with the Super Falcons of Nigeria. You could see that ill preparations is one of the reasons why we were beaten by the Malawian ladies team, or call that the Malawian female football team. We had the Super Falcons, even the players cry out for friendly games. We asked even here on Today's Sports Live that what's happening with the Super Falcons. We are not seeing friendly games. While others are preparing, we see the Super Falcons just relaxing, nothing is done. We have always been deceived by the fact that we are the biggest female team, that's female football team in Africa. We are the biggest. We've got the best of players. We've won 10 titles, record 10 titles. Just only 3 countries have won the Women's African Cup of Nations. Nigeria with 10, South Africa with 1, and Equatorial Guinea with another. So you could say that we could close our eyes and beat anybody, but I think that was an eye-opener. That game on Tuesday was an eye-opener, telling everybody, those who care to listen, those who are responsible, that, see, you can be beaten by anybody. This time God decided to use a debutant to open their eyes, the same way he had to use a donkey to speak to Balak when it was when he got down to cursing the children of Israel. So I think it's one huge thing right now that the entire basketball fraternity in Nigeria have understood. You could see for the Tigers, so many of games even before the opening of the camp, we had games that did come from that qualification tournament that they just had to go take part in because they've already qualified, where they had to play the likes of, I think South Korea was in that mix, also had France, we had Germany in that mix. We also had some preparatory games with some of the women NBA side, the WNBA sides, and now we are here. The camp is open. There is going to be some games right there in China. We also have some games when they travel to Tenerife in Spain, Zaragoza in Spain, before they now move into Berlin in Germany to start the tournament. So you can't put all of these activities in place and you see games through each and every one of them and you go to Berlin and you fumble. No, you've got a lot to put yourself through. Yes, you've got a lot to set yourself in for the big stage. So it's one huge one that we should be happy about. So I said I'm impressed. Let's see what happens. Nigeria's the Tigress, another huge team that gives joy to Nigerians, another huge team that makes it happen whenever they go out there on stage. So I think the preparation is top notch. The girls now have it within their coffers to title challenger, but for me, I don't think he is in there as a title challenger.
All right, let's talk some football stories. We'll start with the Super Falcons because head coach Justin Madugu has described Nigeria's shock 3-2 defeat to Women's Africa Cup of Nations debutants Malawi as a timely wake-up call, insisting criticism over his team's selection and player positioning was inevitable after a loss. Now, speaking at his post-match press conference, Madugu accepted responsibility for one of Nigeria's most surprising defeats in WAFCON history, but rejected suggestions that deploying players outside their preferred positions had contributed to the result. Now, one of the major talking points after the match was his decision to field Michel Alozie, a left back, a call that drew criticism from supporters and pundits, though the coach maintained it was not responsible for Nigeria's defensive lapses. Osas, before we even get into Madugu now, Super Falcons forward Esther Okoronkwo has promised Nigeria that they will bounce back with a much improved performance when they face Zambia in their second Group C match at the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations. The Falcons will need a win on Saturday after a below-par display saw the defending champions suffer a shock 3-2 defeat to debutants Malawi. We'll start with Madugu, first of all. He says that obviously this will come after a loss, and I definitely understand that point. If they get the win, things like that might just be swept under the carpet and say, okay, but we are having an eye on this one. But because of the loss, they are just, he's saying they are just fingers pointing at, this, although he can take responsibility for the loss, but he's not going to accept the fact that it was those change in positioning that cost Nigeria the loss. Your thoughts on that performance against Malawi? Because I know you were very vocal and your reservations stemming off from that match. But your thoughts on that loss, does he also have to just say, bro, this was a very, very costly mistake. You should not make that next time. Does he now, after this loss, repeat the same system to show defiance and trust in his system? Do you advise him to do that?
I won't advise him to repeat the same system. See, because if
but
the system,
that's not what cost it.
If the system, that is obviously what cost it. He cannot tell me it's not what. See, we had Ashley Plumter play from the left-hand side during the last WAFCON, and we considered just 3 goals in 6 games. She's absent. The left-hand side is leaking. And we have considered 3 goals in just the very beginning, the very first game of this encounter. That's to tell you that Michel Alozie wasn't playing her natural position. But she's the right back.
In stark contrast, was it really the left back positioning that cost any of those goals?
I think there was no synergy within the defense line. No thanks to the fact that Michel Alozie was playing out of position. We also had Shukira Oladipo not playing up to what we know how to do in AS Roma. So that's one of the reasons. And we had Ohale and Demi were more or less like 2 unlikely pairing. They've played together before, but I really don't understand why this time it looked like they were not communicating. Because if you look at what the Malawians did with the help of the both sisters, Tembua Chawinga and her sister Tabitha Chawinga, the Malawians understood the strength of these 2 sisters up front. They are very, very athletic. They are very agile. They can run at you. They've got strength. And what they decided, if you watch what the Malawians were doing, playing the ball in between our defenders. Yes, I know. But I mean, for the Super Falcons, that
by the way, moves across London to Stamford Bridge, penning a 6-year contract until 2032. Now, also Chelsea are very, very active in this transfer market. They've also been able to agree a fee, undisclosed by the way, with Brighton for Danny Welbeck. Jordan Henderson, we also hear said at Brentford, and he's now moving to Stamford Bridge on the other hand. So no more Granit Xhaka. Jordan Henderson is the experienced man coming into the side. Addition of Marco Palestra too, also in this side. Xabi Alonso is getting in the business very, very early. Obviously wants to achieve some great things in the season, but he wants to secure everything concerning transfers during pre-season. Any concerns, the fact that Chelsea are not moving for some more established talent? no disrespect to what they are getting right now, but Danny Welbeck, Jordan Henderson, in the next few years, they phase out. And of course, Morgan Rogers, yes, the big money signing. But Rogers isn't exactly world-class elite talent we're talking about here at Chelsea, is it?
I think...
Any worries for you in their transfer
I
dealing?
don't think I'm seeing any worries, because that's exactly what Chelsea really needs now. Maxence Lacroix, coming in from Crystal Palace, he has got that experience from the
I mean, they
English
signed
Premier League.
Tosin for experience. How's that going?
Tosin is a different ball game compared to Maxence Lacroix. Giovanni Quenda is also going to be there. With him also in that central defense. So I think in every department, what Xabi Alonso wants to do is get in one good head, and now let the kids do what they want to do all around the good head. And you can see in the midfield there, Jordan Henderson is one, Premier League winner with Liverpool, also had his time there at Brentford. You could see what he did last season was very good with those long balls from the heart of the midfield. And you're seeing the man from Brighton, what's his name again? Danny Welbeck. You remember that there is also the Brazilian João Pedro. Yes, João Pedro is also there. That's the main man. But you bring in someone like this for this. Remember last season, we had so much of cases where Chelsea lost the game after taking the lead. We had lots of cases where Chelsea lost concentration. So this in players, we could see. Okay, they've got some new signings,
Proper replacements for quality of Tonali.
Boazama Traore movement or exit of Eddie Howe.
Vinicius Junior. Paul Messin says Vinicius Junior is playing Arsenal to get a new contract at Real Madrid. That is Paul Messin's opinion. Sky also gave a report, I think that was 2 days ago, yesterday, saying that Real Madrid are not opening the doors to a potential sale of Vinicius. The salary or contract being offered reflects that. Now, Real Madrid are not willing to blank check Vinicius Junior. Reflects that. Now, Real Madrid are not willing to blank check Vinicius Junior. That's to give him anything he wants. They have a limit and they won't break it for anyone. Anything he wants. They have a limit and they won't break it for anyone. Do you think Vinicius is playing Arsenal to get a new contract? And this is the question I will also throw open to a lot of other people who want to get in on this. Or do you think Arsenal are serious? A lot of other people who want to get in on this. Or do you think Arsenal should not be messed about for this? Because signing Vinicius is no small feat.
It's not small.
Can they be able to afford Vinicius Junior's salary? Can they be able to put in an offer that Real Madrid will not close their eye to? Because this is one of the hottest properties in the sport.
I think it might be Vinicius Junior trying to use us now to get at Real Madrid to get a contract, an improved contract.
But according to the reports, Arsenal approached his camp.
Yes, but that was Vinicius Junior has also stated that he intends to remain at Real Madrid and try to see off contract negotiations. So I think the man is uncertain.
His first choice, obviously, is to
Real Madrid.
negotiate.
Negotiate
now,
with
if
Real
an
Madrid.
agreement cannot be found, Real Madrid have said probably they don't want to lose him on the free. But according to that report from Sky, they say they don't want to lose him at all.
So now, but the thing is this, for Vinicius, I think he's trying to play the cards to see if he can shift the fingers of Real Madrid a bit to give him what he really wants. Because
Does that
right
work
now,
with Real Madrid? Because I remember some cases, Cristiano Ronaldo, point blank, he's moved to Juventus, Mesut Ozil, he's moved, to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Can you really move Madrid when they don't want to be moved?
I think
Vinicius is that level of talent that can actually move them.
I don't think he's that level of talent, but for now, his importance in that team is one that is under. You cannot overemphasize it at this point. So he could, as now, should be Bukayo Saka with about £300,000 a week, if not £350,000 a week. So he's the biggest inner right there. And if Vinicius comes, he's definitely going to go above that. He's going to go above that. So he's not going to come in easy. I think that's the reason why Andre Beta at this point he's even looking towards Antonio Nusa of RB Leipzig if Vinicius doesn't come. It's not a deal where you can jump with your both legs into it and expect that you're going to come out smiling at this point. A lot is still on the ground.
So Vinicius He's playing Arsenal.
I think he's playing Arsenal to get something from Real Madrid.
Okay. Anyways, we'll talk more of some transfer stories. Marcus Rashford has bid goodbye to Barcelona. He's joining up with Manchester United ahead of pre-season. AS in Spain is saying Real Madrid are confident of signing Rodri, who has 1 year left in his contracts with Manchester City. We hear Real Madrid are prepping up a bid, and they say it could be around the range of 40 to 50 million euros. Now, a deal could be finalized after a meeting holding today. Inter Milan could rekindle their efforts to sign England midfielder Curtis Jones from Liverpool. That's according to Gazzetta dello Sport, because they've already landed John Stones on a free transfer, and their hopes of getting Christian Romero obviously has been put to the side after they have gotten John Stones. Juventus have agreed a deal with Paris Saint-Germain to sign France striker Randal Colomouani from the French champions. And Hull City then talks with Aston Villa to sign Leon Bailey on a permanent transfer. So this is where we open the phone lines and get your thoughts. 08109510951 on everything we've discussed. Do you also think Vinicius Jr. is playing Arsenal to get a new deal at Real Madrid? Hi. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother.
Am I coming out clear? No, to duplicate.
Yes, you are, but I would appreciate if you can turn down the volume of your listening device.
Okay, let me do that immediately.
Thank you.
Is it okay now?
Yes, it's better.
It's a state between at home, the super echo.
Oh, I think it was cracking. Can you hear me? Oh my goodness. Just do well to please change your position, yeah? And call us back, please. It was cracking a bit. Hi, good afternoon to you. Welcome.
Hello, Isaac and good evening.
Good evening to you, Toye. This is a
Good evening. Here's the news update on Today 95.1 FM. I'm Dawn Wilson. The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Joash Amopiton, has warned against normalizing military presence at polling centers, declaring that the armed forces should only step in under extraordinary circumstances. Speaking through INEC's Director of Legal, Al Hassan Umar, at a seminar held in Abuja, Amopiton reminded stakeholders that the police lead election security, while troops must remain strictly neutral protectors of national infrastructure rather than political actors. The warning comes as INEC prepares for a highly complex 2027 electoral cycle threatened by cyber attacks, banditry, and weaponized fake news involving 4 million from the entrance of the Suez Canal. However, authorities disclosed that no one was injured and port operations are running normal.
Pull off this wall, them plenty. Pull off this wall, them plenty. Shut it down. Sins of this people. Shut it down. Sins of this people, many, so many. Shut it down. Many times plenty, so many. Shut it down. Many times plenty, multiplier. Many times plenty, multiplier. The answer you get now waiting, they make come and they cry. The answer you get now waiting, they make rich man they mess and leaders they lie. The answer you get now waiting, they make young boys and girls join party guy. Answer you get now waiting, they make innocent man rot inside the jail. Get it, and then agree to grant a bail. Get it, oh. Everybody, join Jambatantis, solve mathematics. We need our continent, so you both say about mass, we go use take solve mathematics. So follow Jambatantis, so ya Caribbean, if for brotherhood. Love your neighbor as yourself, oh, for objectivity. Be objective, for democracy. M for modification.
Our behavior, let's stand to the savior.
A, accountability.
If you've been a chop,
A,
I beg you
take time easy. S for solidarity.
Not every time we fight, oh my shell.
We enter new millennium. Nigerians like 120 million. One population of 6 billion.
6 billion.
All right, time check. It's 9 minutes past 4. Welcome to another edition of the platform on radio on your premium talk station. Today, 95.1 FM Port Harcourt. I'm Dawn Wilson, and I shall give you insight into some of the news reports making the rounds. Now, the platform on radio is a program where we come to dissect trending issues with correspondent reports. Our correspondents are out there sourcing reports from the field, and on this program, we take their reports and have them give us more details. Perhaps you get to hear what's not entirely in the news. In the headlines this evening, factional chairman of Amalgamated Union of App-Based Transporters, River State Chapter, defends e-hailing drivers following growing public criticism over practice of negotiating transport fares outside Bolt app. Residents of Ahoda East, Ogba, Egbema, Ndoni, Abua, Odwal local government areas of Rivers State expressed concern over worsening security situation in Orashi region. And the third story, presidential candidate of African Democratic Congress, Atiku Abubakar, advises President Bola Tinubu to stop political confrontations and focus on Nigeria's worsening economy. All right, let's get into the first story, but remember that... well, brevity is your friend, so when you call in to react to the stories as we take each of them step by step, keep your perspectives short and sweet. The factional chairman of the Amalgamated Union of App-Based Transporters, River State Chapter, Nnamdi Ogechukwu Esimai, has defended e-hailing drivers in Port Harcourt following growing public criticism over the practice of negotiating transport fares outside the Bolt app. The reaction comes amid complaints by many residents on radio programs and social media. Odin.
I heard of the story, so I had to speak with the factional chairman of the Amalgamated Union App-Based Transporters in River State, and he said that negotiating fares, just as he said, is not a crime. It's not a crime. It's not a crime for one to negotiate fares, but that it is a crime for one to negotiate fares, but that it is an agreement between two persons, and when it's not comfortable by you, you can as well leave. So he also pointed out it is wrong to call the drivers thieves because no court has found them guilty. All right? That they not committed a crime. And again, he made mention also committed a crime. And again, he made mention of some of the reasons why drivers...
We did take...
The list oil. You spend not less than 30K.
All right, but okay, I hear you, and valid concerns, really valid. But what do you have to say about the outrageous pricing? Because it's one thing to give a reasonable price. It's another thing to put everything plus your family problems on the consumer.
Don't we see? Let me ask you a question. Let's make this analysis together. I'm a driver, so I know what I'm saying. Now, when fuel, the amount of fuel was below, we are talking of only fuel now. Let's not use any other thing.
All right.
When the rate of fuel was below 200 naira, and today we are buying fuel 1,003 something. How many percent increase is that one? I'm asking you now.
I get you. Keep going. We're listening.
Now, if you have that kind of outrageous percent increase, and the driver comes, you see a ride of 3,000 naira, and he asks you to pay 7,000. Is that outrageous?
Okay. Here's the thing. Some, when I say some, okay, the ones I have interacted with do not sound like that. For a fare of 4,000, sometimes they will charge as high as 15. So while I hear you, most of the Bolt drivers I've interacted with are not doing what you've said. Okay.
I listen to a lot of talk radio.
I get the updates for you.
Handled as As for the banking part, that is just the icing on the cake. Do today with the FCMB mobile app, built to do a life with you. And banking too. Download the FCMB mobile app today to open an account in 8 simple steps, make instant transfers, pay bills, and enjoy seamless banking. FCMB, my bank and I.
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people.
All stand, greet.
Yeah, it's not morning, it's actually evening, but anyway, yeah, let's just roll with it. And we need to go to the second story, then the third story, and then it becomes open season, because I have a funny feeling that we're not done with this bold debate. Yeah, drag me, I drag you. Residents of Ahoda East, Ogba, Egbema, Ndoni, and Abua Odwa local government area of River State have expressed concern over the worsening security situation in the Orashi region, warning that persistent attacks by armed groups are putting lives and livelihoods at risk. The concerns come amid the recent travel advisory issued by the United States of America, which advised its citizens against traveling to most parts of River State due to crime, kidnapping, and civil unrest, while exempting only Port Harcourt. The residents say the advisory reflects the security realities in many communities, citing frequent attacks along the Abua Odwal Ahoda East Road, the Mbiama Axis, and parts of Omoko. The residents, in an interview with Today FM's Olawale Sanusi, said the situation has become alarming following the recent killing of youth president and OSPAC commander and some women by unknown gunmen, just as they appealed to the River State government and security agencies to strengthen security operations across the affected local government areas, arrest those responsible for the attacks, and restore confidence among residents and travelers. Let's listen to what was said.
The insecurity is very high. If you take a route from Abua Odua to Ahoda East, because of that Ahoda Abua road, that road alone, that's where the insecurity is going on so much. Then if you also take from Ahoda going to Mbiama, all those Ahoda to Ihike, the security is much.
Right now in Abodwal, most of the communities, we sleep with one eye open in some of the communities, and that has raised tension of the individuals very high. And so many persons have been able to leave the local government. They are not interested to do business there anymore.
The insecurity we are facing in Orash is Onega in particular. Please, we need the government intervention. We are hearing of insecurity. It is happening in Onega, which is very bad.
All right, talking point. What is the state government doing to tackle the sudden spikes in insecurity in the state? Oh, I can't wait to hear what Olawale Sanusi has to say. I have my thoughts, but...
Oh, good evening to our dear listeners. Let me start by saying there is a spike in the rate of insecurity in River State, and what even brought about this report is that recently the United States of America Department of State issued a statement where it advised its citizens from going to some states in Nigeria. And out of these states, River State is among, and in River State, only Port Harcourt was excluded. They complain about insecurity challenges like kidnapping and theft too. So I feel like what they complain about is not far from the truth when you look at the challenges, insecurity challenges in River State. The killing at Kana, where the CSO was killed, the killings in Ipo, and recently 2 police officers were also killed, I think, along the Obirikwere, the rate of one chance as well. And if US can caution the citizen, it means that they have their eyes on ground, which they are seeing something that we are not seeing. So I think it's good for the River State government and the security agencies to intensify their efforts to secure the state. And for me, I'll be recommending that we have a strong surveillance team.
Okay.
We need to invest more in UAVs, that's unmanned aerial vehicles that will monitor the territory of...
That's like drones or something?
Like that's okay. Drones. That will monitor the territory of River State and give a live feedback to security agencies, which we know deploy police or whoever is on ground to curtail that menace or contain that insecurity challenges.
That should be the barest minimum. I think they have that in Lagos or somewhere, like a control center type of thing. They do have.
I think we have C4I in River State where we relay information. We can quickly relay information to, and they will, alert whoever unit that is close to that place. But I don't know if C4I is really doing its job at the moment. I don't know how if it's still working. I don't know.
All right. Our correspondent Olawale Sanusi there with his thoughts on this matter.
The life and properties are what are secure. The life and properties are what are secure. The military formations in River State should be well equipped and catered for through the votes that are being received by him every month. Thank you.
Right.
The question is, how long do we continue in this rhetoric? I've asked the commissioner of police to be professional. If he's ready to protect the people of Onelga, they are ready to tell him the reason of this present crisis going on and how they can stop it, Mr. Zion.
All right, thank you for calling. All right, let's take one more call before we have to jump into the third one. If we don't have any calls, we have 95.1. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey,
I think that millions of Nigerians.
Mommy Dondo, can you and I allege that same criminal syndicate that orchestrated the killing in Ghana moved to Onega, moved to Ipo, and moved to other parts of River State? Can we allege that? You see, most times when I had what should the government do, it's more like you're asking, what should the devil do? Who is the leader of the government of Nigeria? It's Mr. President, in the person of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Isn't it? This man is the person responsible for why we don't have a stability in River State. He's responsible. That is if we have a trade place to the government of not working or acting or having the willpower. So who are we the economy? All these policies does not, those are economy. All these policies does not, those are add food to the table of food in Nigeria. Thank you. Add food to the table of food in Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. 0810-9. Thank you for calling. 0810-951-0951 at 0851-0951 at 0810-951-0951. 951. All right, let's take this call, then we'll get into some messages. 95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? To some messages. 95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Richard. I'm calling from Rumor.
All right, go ahead.
A bad workman will always correct his true. A bad workman.
Hello?
Tinubu should go out of. I will vote him out. This is not doing anything good for me. He shouldn't blame anybody. He shouldn't blame me. If he has done me wrong,
over the price. How does the app get people to like and download it and call customers to that space? Is by the sentence and free drives and other bonuses which they give out, of which they compensate these drivers of any discount they give out. But anyways, if they're not comfortable with this, they should just better quit the app, but they will not because they have found a way to hold passengers hostage. I also think even Bolt should be contacted for complete view of this coverage. I am EK from Mboba. All right.
The other place from 200. I use this Corolla car. I fix my tank with 13,000 naira. I fix my tank with 13,000 naira. And I use that fuel for 3 days. Now, if there is work, if I come out in the morning and work till maybe night, 8 o'clock, I spend nothing less than 20,000 to 25,000 on fuel. Tell me now, how? If I'm doing all this cheap, if I'm doing cheap ride of 2,000, I'm doing it for 2,000. How will I meet up? In as much as some of the charges are outrageous, at least if you see a ride of 3,000, collecting 6,000, 5,000, it's okay. You must not tell somebody that the ride of 3,000 will be 7,000, 8,000. No, it's outrageous. But the people that are paying this money is not easy for them too. They are facing the hardship in the country. Frank from Sanford, okay?
All right, Frank, you sound very reasonable. So I like what you said. You from this place. So I said, okay, so how much do you want to start charging me? And he said, okay, please pay 7,000. From 5,000 to 7. Now I have 2 such taxi drivers when I'm in that part of town. One takes 7, one takes 8. But in a pinch, when there was a Okwana Hona, I booked a Bolt, and the dude was saying I should pay 12,000. Make that make sense. Are the normal taxi drivers not working their cars? Is there something special about a private owner's cars? Well, there we have it. Let's go back to the phone lines. 95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, hello. Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Daniel.
All right.
I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Go ahead.
And I'm calling you as a boat driver. I've had a lot of complaints that have been going on, and to be honest, I think most of us here are not being fair to we boat drivers. Why am I saying this? Based on experience. I just recently started doing this job, and I've observed a lot within these 2 weeks.
Text here, insecurity in the Orashi region of River State is a serious concern. I urge the federal government and state governments to spend up of the establishment. Maybe you meant speed up the establishment of state police, and that's Chijoke. Chijoke, thank you for that message. Okay, tell Atiku that he cannot do the same thing the way all the same thing. I think you mean the same way all the time and expect a different result. If he can bring Nigerians out of the present situation, then he should concentrate on how to win election. I'm Handsome. All right, Handsome, thank you for that. Oh, the never-ending story. Both say, both no say. Well, let's see how it plays out. It's like the South African thing now. Share South African areas. Warning against any delay or discrimination in extending areas. Warning against any delay or discrimination in extending the negotiated benefit to its members. The negotiated benefit to its members. On the foreign scene, the Welsh educators. On the foreign scene, the Welsh Education Secretary has ruled out the introduction of the UK government's controversial international student levy, vowing to really welcome international students to Wales.
Today's news. Today's news. In 60. In 60.
If you never hear say e get program wey we dey call wetin dey happen.
My brother, my sister, you are sitting on a long thing. Yes, because wetin dey happen na that ogbonge program wey dey come up for this ogbonge station wey they call Today 95.1 FM.
So na peace dey fine, but
Ogbonge station wey they call Today 95.1 FM.
so na peace dey fine, but that negotiating with bandits, why go dey negotiate with people wey dem tag criminals,
terrorists?
Tune in every weekday from Monday to Fridays, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Full stop.
Make you hear all the ogbonge things wey don happen for we River State, we Nigeria, and we Obodo Yibo. We go mix all together, come serve you jollof rice as e dey hot.
The voices wey you go dey hear on top wetin dey happen na MC Kuro and Mary Queen.
I wan go hook person husband. I wan go fit hook person husband. I need to hook single guys so that you people no go chicken another person. On top wetin dey happen, we dey discuss serious matters on seriously. We have terms.
Yeah, we have in here though.
No, focus on musicians.
Okay, musicians. Okay,
I know you like big things, so leave big one first. The slim one first.
We have terms, that's true.
You know.
We have Tiwa Savage.
Oh, you see, and now you don't count them for us.
In Port Harcourt. What about in Port Harcourt?
In Port Harcourt, female musician.
We have Soti.
Soti after malaria.
We have Soti.
After that malaria song, you know here for
we have
again.
Jikume.
Oh,
yeah, we have Jikume. That's one of Port Harcourt's finest female artists. Her song is on one of these platforms.
The song no popular. The artist no popular.
No, she did a song with Don Kamante too. Female artists of Port Harcourt date to plenty.
We have J Papa. Ndabario.
This one happened for which?
Castina State, Sharia Court. You know.
This one happened for which?
Castina State, Sharia Court. You know, we don't always be Sharia Court. All those they are
normal. Nah, we win.
We don't always be Sharia Court. All those they are
normal. Nah, we win. Them.
And you know, said for KB State they kidnap one judge.
Them.
And you know, said for KB State they kidnap one judge. I think 2 days ago. 2 or 3 days ago they kidnapped one judge for KB State.
Wow.
Today now then go find this one inside in courtroom. Today now then go find this one inside in courtroom. Inside.
What's Nigeria turning into?
So is it that this ban say then collect Nigerians, why are you people like this?
You know the amount of people that consume sachets every day in this
They not also make you no drink your alcohol. They say buy big bottle keep for house. They drink as small.
I tell you, say, do you know the amount of people where they consume sachets? In fact, some people they drink sachets. I talk about adults. Some people they drink sachet. They listen to this our show.
Now it where they're supposed to.
You understand?
And I make them misinterpret the story sometimes. We're gonna talk right.
You got the way some people go use call inside the show. You gonna
You're gonna say something don't go down.
Sachet.
But yes, maybe as we carry this story to maybe NAFDAC need to go back, go sit down again. You know,
they should fight the companies producing it.
Now the companies then they fight now. So that they even thought say some company don't even come out their signboard. So that you not gonna know say they're dead there. Say all this is now be the challenges where then they face. Some don't even pack the equipment from that place where NAFDAC know. Go keep am for another place, they do it that they do. But my own concern be saying that they beat them again, I beg. And them
people fathers.
This one advice when me I want give you. If you they go barb your hair. As you barb finish, tell them say pack my hair, give me. They say for Abia State for my hair, say one barber. The barber threaten in neighbor. Saying go do and something. Now I can go bring army man and this our military self. They can popo the guy and everything. So the guy to go bring police. So police come search the guy room. Can go see something like calabash. Inside that calabash now people hair full inside. Say in the use them they do rituals.
Man and woman hair.
It will be now. You don't see hair now. When I Google the story, you go see them. I said the story. I said what is this? See as people here plenty now. So I think they sweep shop at the end of the day, pack them. Now to go put her inside that calabash.
Gather people here like this.
See Anna.
And he's still hungry. No, that guy don't look like person who don't make him now. See the person where they gather people here, he's still hungry. He's looking very tattered.
He never gets enough where the Babalawo send them.
For this kind of hair window. You know how many people here where they are?
And it will be years because some don't even old.
Oh yes, now you don't mix people hair. I been one user and doing own hair.
I beg, they suspect and I ritual purposes. So if now they go barb hair, I beg. As you barb finish, then because this word don't spoil.
The patient to
pack hair. Hey, but prevention is better than cure now. What I want make people mad? I be want collect their destiny. I be want do it.
Who know? They don't even get destiny. We don't collect.
We don't already collect that.
You know, when you come find out, say those people
waste of destiny.
Those people don't get destiny. Here we carry, don't go spoil the spiritual work. You can start from this.
But the advice be say beg. If you go feed do
am, let's be careful.
If you not go feed do am, shall just.
But even they weird, like when they pack your hair, self.
And when you don't see stories like this, where do not there for this one? No, someone courage.
The truth we say, people where this guy don't barb. Not the pity.
Now would they talk now?
Go back and look for your hair.
Among that plenty hair. You know if you know your hair again. You don't go ever if you know your hair again. But things like I don't hear things like this before. But I no agree carry am until I see evidence. So this one now be the evidence. If you see the calabash, when
they remind me of that year where they does a girl, but they use dead body water.
They cook soup. You understand? And the other one where they wash her this thing.
Those of them will state town. I be had that information.
Not only town. They get one for what happened for Element to that time.
Okay, Element. You get one way happen for town. Very popular. My people they go chop food. They say
all these voodoo things. I don't know whether they work, but at least for person to take the time, they do this kind of thing.
They see results.
Maybe, just maybe. I don't know what to talk again, but it shocked me. More now they careful out there, I beg.
Well, now we they plan to do them.
More I never think I'm again because they will catch you. The law will catch up with you. All right. So don't give it appetizer here and there when I don't follow up those ones. But I get the cocoa to real already secure keep. That one now go come up now. But first, make I tell you where you day. For those of you who just join us, those of you who don't day with us from time immemorial, so you both they talk and they follow us bomber to bomb. The Commissioner of Police carry himself go there. Go watch the video. The Commissioner of Police carry himself go there. Go watch the video. That's why they greet them. In fact, that's why they greet them. In fact, they hail them. Kabiyesi don't show. Hail them. Kabiyesi don't show. Olokpa is here. So in they greet them one after the other is here. So in they greet them one after the other. One when he says, "Oh, bros, you did there, take 5. Now you be this, take 5." So imagine where Commissioner of Police enter that kind of gathering. Where Commissioner of Police enter that kind of gathering, and then the friendliness or. And then the friendliness or the whatever it is where that one column, I don't know. But the cocoa me they ask, you support the NDC, where be Nigerian Democratic Congress, Peter will be their party. So as they call for the resignation, they say make the IG of police first suspend them. And they made him to carry paper and pen, write resignation letter, say no, they do again. So you they support for the suspension and the resignation, or you believe say it been good nation. Or you believe say him been go there to just make sure say security there for the event, make nothing happen.
You know, as somebody where they work for the public, most especially with somebody where they work for the public, most especially where there's the police force, therefore that security apparatus. You need to be that security apparatus. You need to be very careful. Because we're in the political terrain or era. Let me use the word era. Let me buy that word from you.
Buy it after you pay me.
So you understand? We're in the political era. So for the fact that we did the political era, any small body movements, people go look at as politics. So for him to attend that particular event, they shake hands, they shine seats with the people there. Already they don't feel say, even if you know they are affiliated, even if you come on an official duty, people go look at him like say, they like say this man they politically affiliated with this particular city boys movement. You affiliated with this particular city boys movement. You understand? So one thing about our security people, they always tell them say make them they non-partisan, make them in between.
They're
so
supposed
that
to neutral, because
neutral.
Your service is to the entire people.
Yes, if you come there on official assignment. Do what you're supposed to do, then you leave. Because at this point in time, people go to backlash. You go to feel like say, even when you don't get affiliation, it go look like say you get affiliation. So this now also advice to other security people.
So you support the suspension?
Not like suspension. I feel like make them look into.
Make them carry and go another state.
Better.
Make them carry and go another state. Because already, you know, say for some time now, this argument of Obi being win Lagos, you know, go try him again. Obi no go fit win Lagos again. You know, so already that debate they on ground. And then when you don't see things like this, you go not say, okay, truly, that they try to block every measure where any other candidates feel win Lagos.
So the truth be say make them
sending him to another state go make sense.
Then go Kaduna go
From Lagos to Kano. But he's a public servant. You don't mean they can throw him anywhere at any time. Yeah, you know what I mean? He's a public servant. Okay, country people now go tell us whether I support the suspension, the resignation, or maybe they just can't go another state. Or you don't mean anything. Policeman been there to make sure say security day. You don't mean anything. Whichever one you want. All right, so now don't listen to that video I've been playing from the beginning where our president tell us say all is fair in politics. Emphasis on all. Define all for us.
All.
When person say all.
That's everything now.
All here.
Every nooks and crannies.
So whether you blow person eye, win election is all.
Yeah.
All right, so while our president Tinubu they tell us say all is fair in politics, Atiku Abubakar don't condemn the attack of one APC supporter for Delta State. Okay, so for Delta State to get one APC supporter, then they where they do their meeting, you know, everybody they jolly. Then this guy called to say, President Tinubu is the best thing that ever happened to this country. Now the guy collect to. Then Pokpora waiting no go.
Where did they do the APC meeting?
The another side of the story don't come say no be APC meeting. Exactly, they do, but they do other meeting. But the guy in our APC, in fact, they work for the government. Now protocol to one of the officials. So him they work for the government. But that meeting for that yesterday, no be APC meeting, but now where youths gather. Now you come out, come talk camp, say President, now be the best way happen to Nigeria. Now they finish bottle for your head. So I think we don't come out, come talk, say no. Say no matter anything, say everybody get right to support anybody where they want support. Say the best way to reply this kind of person now with your PVC on election day. So you know go make sense. Say they come begin they break people head for streets. Then now me they ask say compare the one where our president talk say all is fair in politics. With this one where article talk, how you go put them side by side?
Well, this one where president don't come out come say all is fair in politics.
All emphasis on all.
May the politics no go dirty. Our prayers is that because normally our election they always witness violence most times, you understand? And that's the cause waiting the Igbo man call political apathy. You understand? You can't make people no go come out, come vote and all that. And this particular attack, even article don't condemn him because that particular guy not even promise Pella 10 cows.
He not fulfilling promise.
Cannot fulfilling promise. He's in pains and he's fulfilling promise.
Pella draga like a pass by generator. You know the Pella don't agree. Pella draga like a pass by generator. So you don't give him in 10 cows.
Don't give him in 10 cows. But I know just in an APC meeting, I feel like he was talking to the youth and trying to tell them about
in the campaign for
to them and you understand, and unfortunately maybe he said used to TikTok say our opposition we never knew our opposition planted some ugly heads there that they now resorted every small mess supporting Tinubu have now resorted to breaking of head blood, but it was sad. It was sad. Thank God say the man even there alive because the bleeding way in collects. The bleeding blood.
They go not take her to the best hospital.
Yes.
But make I quote within article talk. No matter how unpopular a political opinion may be, no Nigerian deserves to be assaulted for expressing it. Democracy strives on persuasion, debate, and the freedom to hold divergent views, not intimidation, violence, or mob action. So these comments and all is fair in politics.
Steps. Make instant transfers, pay bills, and enjoy seamless banking. FCMB, my bank and I.
My sweet hearts them. My mummies and daddies and everybody. Thank you. Say you still did there. The program is still waiting. They happen. My name is Mary Queen. I know they alone.
My name is MC Kuro.
MC Kuro. So you don't round up your thoughts for that one? Okay, Moko enter the last story now. MC Kuro. So you don't round up your thoughts for that one? Okay, Moko enter the last story now.
Moko enter the last
story.
Time not to...
So for that one, when we open the phone lines, when I go still tell us what I think. Then this last one, they say police for Lagos State don't arrest one for their in-law. We lock him daughter-in-law outside just 8 days. 8. That's 1 week and 1 day. We her husband buy because of waiting property. So I dey ask you Sikuro. So this woman, her name na Tosin. You know, she cry come out for social media, say, see, oh, and she get children for the man. Oh, not be say she not even born children. Oh. She born children for the man. So she go house, our father-in-law don't lock door, lock gates, carry key. When she comes social media, can't cry. Oh. Good Nigerians, they don't take them up. So the Lagos state government who can reach out to her, they can't ask her. She say yes, so say she dey receive threat to life, so many things, abuse, maltreatment, assault, and all that. When your husband died, he said just 8 days ago. Now they don't arrest the man. How you see the story?
It be very sad, you understand. Now one of the reasons where during the time of Governor Wike, try to say the right.
In daughter-in-law outside, or just 8 days where her husband buy you, and he don't go locked up because of property. One claim the property. So the woman and the children made them go where? Made them go sleep for streets. Then we can't tell another one will say while our president they tell us say all is fair in politics. Because in talk, if you listen to that video, the video long. In talk plenty things. Say anything will happen for politics, na politics. Make everybody take and say na politics. Say make opposition no they see am like say anybody they intimidate them or anything. Say na politics, say na part of the game. So when they talk that one, I think Abubakar don't come out, come condemn the one where they attack in own supporter. Where then we go home meeting, the supporter come out to say Tinubu is the best thing that have ever happened to Nigeria, and I collect waiting no good. But he could don't come out to say say the best way to tackle such people now your PVC for the ballot box. Go there, vote them out, make you know they take laws into your hands. And also NDC don't call for the resignation and suspension of the Commissioner of Police for Lagos State. Waiting in do they say they see him for video where you go City Boys movement event, and when you reach there, you know, just go there, go doing work. So if you see the way they shine teeth, you know, they romance the people where they there and all those things. Now they talk say we don't they comfortable with this kind of Commissioner of Police. Now they say for election time now, you know, go doing work where. So we and me and Kuro would also suggest, okay, instead of to suspend them or for them to resign, but then Kukuma carry and go another state, so that we will not say Lagos they free before the new one go come begin align with the city boys. Election not reach, so you know go get an opportunity to align the game. So now the three story will bring for now be that we gonna call in Chuk back for any of the story 0810 9510 951. 0810-9510-951. Hello, good evening. Welcome. Wait to be on the way the call us from.
Hello.
Hi.
A very good evening. Hi to you, Today FM.
Good evening. Wait to be on the way the call us from.
Good evening. My name is Fine Face Unyawaji. I'm calling you from Gotown, Anthony.
All the way from Andoni.
I ask the elephants they Andoni not true.
Plenty. If they come out, people they go see them.
All right.
I don't get a chance to go see. In Delta State, they break somebody head for saying Tinubu is the best thing that's happened to Nigeria.
Yes, sir.
That's funny. That would teach that man and others a very big lesson that they have to wait till the campaign starts. With what we're seeing today, that somebody will gather courage to go to want to deceive people that Tinubu is the best thing to have ever happened to Nigeria. It's unfortunate. They're very, very unfortunate. I pity him. When Nigerians forgive them and use their voters' card, their PVC, to go and remove to anybody they don't want. Anybody, whether be the person governor, chairman, or president, let Nigerians go use their PVC in 2027 to send them to retire them from politics, because we cannot continue the way we are. The way we are going, we cannot. It's impossible. We cannot continue like this. It's unfortunate.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Bless you too. Thank you so much. Hello, good evening. Where to be on the way they call us from?
Good evening.
Good evening. Where to be on the way they call us from?
Yes, I'm Sukuro. Good evening, sir.
I'm Sukuro. Don't go by water.
Okay, make him go back quickly. My name is Sunday.
All right, Sunday.
They're calling her from Sakot here.
Oh yeah, now Sunday calling on a Thursday. Which of the three touch your conscience?
First of all, that police officer, if they suspend them or they won't post them, they don't post them, call River State too. That's on her side. And then the one where my praise do, they talk, the voice say, don't teach me, say, I need to go adult school. Because people adult school, they speak English well. I hear in voice. Thank you.
Thank you too. Thank you so much. Hello, good evening. Welcome. Wait to be your name.
Hi, sister. Good evening.
Good evening. Call they catch you.
They are not because Nigeria they catch you.
You know, send a radio. Put small volume for the voice.
Okay, well, my name is Young.
Young.
Yes.
Ah, you young. You supposed to be vibrant now. Oh, young now. Which of the story touch your conscience?
Nigeria happened to you. Oh, do answer you.
Yeah, now you don't old, but you are young. No, wahala. Which of the three touch you?
Anyway, I don't know our president. You know, even 24 hours saying everything they fair. All is fair in politics. They do campaign. The other one.
God of returned as wife till